Sometimes Forex trading is a wild and woolly place to be. That's why Hugh's here, to pose your questions to Walter, the naked Forex guy. Hugh's got questions, and Walter's got the answers. Here at the Truth About FX podcast.
Hey Walter, somebody wrote in and asked, I'm quite new to trading. They've only been trading binary options through a signal service for a few months, and they want to learn candlestick patterns and price action trading as applied to Forex binaries. They say right now they're only trading end of day or 15-minute or end of day strategies, and they've been doing some 30-minute, 5-minute, and turbo binaries. I don't know what turbo binaries are, but that sounds like trouble. What do you say to that?
Yeah, it does sound like trouble. It does sound like trouble. I mean, you know, one of the advantages you have as a spot trader in trading spot is that you can make money with the trailing exit. You can get out if the market goes past your target or almost to your target. You can tighten your stop, things like that. You know, with binaries, it kind of has to hit your target, doesn't it? So it's an all or none sort of thing. So, and some spot traders do trade that way, but I would say it sounds like this trader was using a signal service and then kind of was like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
And it also sounds like that this trader is trying to fit candlestick patterns and price action into binaries, and there's nothing really wrong with that. I guess what I would say is there's a couple of books that I would probably recommend. All of the Bulkowski books are really good. I'll link those up in the show notes for this for this episode. Cool. That's kind of what got me started on patterns, was reading the Bulkowski books, Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns and things like that. He was looking at stock charts, but you know, I tested in Forex Tester and found that a lot of those same things were happening in Forex. So that's where I got a lot of my ideas from for seeds for different, trade systems. You know, there are some other ones. I'm not a big fan on some of the candlestick charts out there. I find that some of the patterns actually don't test out very well. And I'll give you an example. Like some of them, like they call it the three soldiers, where you get let's say you get three really bullish candles in a row, and they talk about how that means it's a bullish market and you should buy. You know, tell you what, I've seen enough of those reversed to just think, you know what, I won't trust those anymore. Like I feel like it's almost too late when the third one pops up there. So yeah, I mean, those are the kinds of things. I mean, you can get into that stuff and you can read that stuff, but I think Bulkowski is where I would focus in on. That's where for me that resonated. But it's going to be one of those things where I'd want to ask this person, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to trade binary options? Is it like an account size thing, or is it just, I mean, that's okay. You can do that, but there's a lot more flexibility if you're trading spot Forex, because you can use trailing exits, and there's all kinds of different things that kind of, you'll feel like you have a little bit more control. Whether or not you do or not may be a totally different discussion, but you know what I mean? You feel like you have a little bit more control when you're trading. So I don't really know. I mean, I would definitely focus on the candlestick patterns in Bulkowski's books, and I would also probably dig into Forex Tester. Sometimes what you'll find is when you look at different ideas from books and you go into Forex Tester, something kind of emerges from that. So you don't have to have it all lined up when you first go into Forex Tester. You can kind of work it out over time, and then, you went into it testing a 3-candle pattern and you come out of it with a totally different system, but it's something that you're comfortable with. So that's what I would suggest, is to get some ideas by reading Bulkowski books, and then dig into Forex Tester and see if you can piece something together that fits with what how you see the markets. That's what I would say.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'd also like to throw in one more book that kind of helped me out. It was by Lawrence McMillan. He wrote some books on options. Just for general education purposes, if you want to learn about options, I think that's probably the best book to read. That's the only one I've read on options, and it goes through like the Greeks and all that stuff, if you're into that. But yeah, that was helpful for me anyway.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great advice. Thanks, Hugh.
Okay, thanks, Walter. Appreciate it.